and good evening, Chempaka's teachers, parents, our esteemed panel of judges and viewers joining us on YouTube from all over the world. Welcome to the much anticipated Lekor Chempaka School's third edition of the Budding Technologist competition.
Building upon the tremendous success of our STEM program, where we were honored to have teachers from our school and mentors from HowNWhy, today marks another exceptional chapter in our journey of innovation and excellence. Before we commence, let's begin with a heartfelt prayer that sets the tone for the remarkable event.
Once again, a hearty welcome to everyone joining us for this exceptional event, Lekor Chempaka Budding Technologist. This extraordinary event is the culmination of a year-long STEM education program, a collaborative venture between Lekor Chempaka and HowNWhy. Together, we've dedicated ourselves to nurturing the exceptional talents and ingenuity of our students. Out of an impressive pool of 80 outstanding projects, only the top 15 have secured their place in today's finals.
Now, without further ado, let's dive into the incredible STEM program with a glimpse through this video. I hope this glimpse has given everyone a good understanding of the program and what we can expect from the budding technologists today. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to our director, Shija Ma'am, Principal Silver Rocks, Mr. Pramod Pillai Sir, Principal Serene Valley, Anandi Krishnan Ma'am, Principal Silver Oak, Juhi Shivakumar Ma'am, Mara Shivakumar Ma'am, our dedicated teachers, and the invaluable mentors from HowNWhy for providing this incredible opportunity to our budding technologists.
Today, we have the privilege of witnessing the sheer brilliance and the unwavering commitment of these aspiring young technologists. as they present their groundbreaking projects to our esteemed panel of judges. Grace us with their expertise and experience, set to evaluate and comment these ingenious ideas. Prepare to be amazed and inspired as these budding technologists demonstrate their creativity, problem solving skills, and technological prowess. Let's join together in offering a resounding round of applause to all our participants and wish them the very best for their presentation today. Now, it is with great pleasure that we extend a warm invitation to our distinguished judge for today's event. For our first judge, we have Aditi Chatterjee, a seasoned educationist with a remarkable 3-decade journey in education, currently serving as the Director of Research and Innovation at Silver Hills Institution, Kozhikode. Aditi brings expertise in curriculum planning, resource management, and student motivation. Her belief in a fun-filled learning environment has shaped her career, leaving a positive impact on the educational landscape. With extensive overseas experience in schools in Singapore and the USA, Aditi Chatterjee is a distinguished judge for our event today. Don't miss the chance to gain insights from her global perspective and wealth of experience.
Ma'am, welcome to our event. It's our privilege to have you here, and we are sure it'll be a good learning experience for all of us from you.
Thank you. All the best to all the participants.
We have Maxwell Gonyo as our second judge, a hardworking, dedicated, organized educator and devoted information technologist. His extensive knowledge in computer skills and skills in computer science, ICT, and sound engineering, proven leadership skills in managing and motivating teams to achieve their objectives. He's a passionate, results-oriented, and a team player. His goal is to secure a position where he can engage his skills in a challenging career to be able to produce an all-rounder learner.
Sir, welcome to our event. It's our privilege to have you here, and we are sure it'll be a good learning experience for all of us from you. For our third judge, we have Dr. Renuka Joshi, a seasoned leader in healthcare and hospital management. With more than 14 years of experience in managing multi-specialty hospitals as a part of core management team with bed size of more than 1,200. She is one of the core founders and CEO of Myrika Healthcare. She has been recognized as one of the 75 women entrepreneurs transforming India by Atal Innovation Mission as India celebrated its 75 years of independence. She was awarded with Indian Women Excellence and Leadership Award at National Summit on Women Education and Empowerment in January 2020 in the healthcare category by Honorable Minister Nitin Gadkari.
Ma'am, welcome to our event. It's our privilege to have you here, and we are sure it'll be a good learning experience for all of us from you.
Thanks, and all the very best to all of you.
Our second judge, Maxwell Gonyo, won't be joining us today due to personal issues.
Now, without further ado, let's get to the projects. We all know that health is a major factor in our day-to-day life. So, my friend Pratana Balakrishnan from grade 8, Lekol Chempaka Serene Valley has made a project that can help us lead a healthy and better future. Pratana, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Did you know that around 1 in every 10 patients globally is harmed in healthcare and more than 3 million deaths occur annually due to unsafe care? Above 50% of harm, that is 1 in every 20 patients, is preventable. Common adverse events that may result in avoidable patient harm are medication errors, diagnostic errors, and patient misidentification. These are numbers published by the WHO in September 2023. No one should be harmed in healthcare. However, there is compelling evidence of a huge burden of avoidable patient harm globally. This has major human, moral, ethical, and financial implications. In the health system context, patient safety is defined as the absence of preventable harm to a patient and reduction of risk of unnecessary harm associated with healthcare to an acceptable minimum. A very good evening to everyone present here. My name is Prarthana Balakrishnan, and today I will be presenting to you my project, which falls in the category of healthcare technology called patient risk identification. To understand more about this project, we need to first know more about the ultimate aim of healthcare services. A healthcare service provider ultimately aims to provide the best care possible to all their patients, as their safety is their topmost concern. A patient risk identification app can offer several advantages in today's world, enhancing healthcare outcomes and overall patient well-being. The role of risk assessment is determining an individual's susceptibility to future health issues and then communicating that information back to them. Patient risk assessment helps in ensuring regulatory compliance. Another point of consideration is that not all risks in a healthcare facility are constant. Some remain constant, while some change and arise based on different activities and circumstances. Thus, identification, observation, and assessment become an integral part while delivering care. The importance of AI and ML has been constantly growing in the last years, and their use is rapidly changing the way we approach and face real life problems. In this scenario, for example, in a medical domain, explainable AI techniques should be taken into serious consideration. This future predictive model is based on lab values, procedures, diagnosis, social determinants of health, and entry and exit mode. My app will first of all be fed with data of all past patients and their early diagnosis, and will also be provided with new data, that is, the values of the new patient from the test they have been asked to take. The app will then find a match between the new patient's values with any one of the past patient's past medical data. It will then correlate the provided data, compare the values, and then determine the disease at which the patient is at high risk for and the measures they can take to prevent the disease. If it's a disease that is surely going to affect the patient, then the machine will make suggestions on how to keep the disease away for as long as possible. Doctors can then curate a treatment plan for the current patient based on what was done for the previous patient and can try using different treatment methodology based on the medication, hospitalization, etc., which worked or did not work. So I'm going to show you my project. Let me run the program. As you can see, this is the user interface of my app. This is the user interface. So on your left side, you can see a list box filled with a lot of different symptoms, which are organized in alphabetical order. And I'm going to choose random three symptoms, let's say itching, nodal skin eruptions, and skin rash. So here, when you click this has been taken, the select symptoms will be taken to the next list box, and I'm going to click diagnose. So these are the three models I've used to train my app, and this is an RF model, NB, and SVM. So as you can see, all of them give the diagnosis as fungal infection. Now let me put these back, and let's try a few other symptoms. Let's try abdominal pain, loss of appetite, and nausea. Okay, diagnose. As you can see, the result is chronic cholestasis. So this is how my app works. I created a I'm sorry, there seemed to be a technical error, but I hope my screen is still visible.
So what we are working to achieve is a stage where my app can be provided with past patients' medical data and lab values and current patients' medical lab results, and for it to be able to show what risks are most likely to affect that patient. And what we've achieved so far is the past patient's medical symptoms and prognosis and the current patient's medical symptoms. And it basically shows which disease the patient is at risk for based on their current conditions and physiological state. So in the future, my app will have a program that converts lab values to risk-based prognosis. It'll be made fully functional and almost integral to patient care policy within the healthcare system to ensure avoidable errors and issues, and it'll have a centralized database for records. There will be certain challenges to the project. First of all, getting access to historical medical data, especially current patients, because it is easier to access the data for patients who are no longer alive. It's also very difficult to make sure that it's perfectly accurate every time and does not make any mistakes. And we'll also have to work around inherent biases of the system and our medical professionals. In conclusion, the app will be updated in such a way that there will be a centralized database with previous patients' data from all the different hospitals in the world. So doctors can use it to find a match with the new patient's data, correlate, and explain to them what disease is most likely to affect them and why. And a curated preventive health plan can be devised to help the patient circumvent any eventuality to the extent possible. Thank you so much. Any questions?
Yes, Prashant, few questions for you. As you have already mentioned in the challenges that you will be having for the data.
Yes,
so in
please.
future also, like you have mentioned about the data from all over the world, but it is going to have confidentiality and privacy issues. Then how are you going to address that?
I plan on making this a partnership with the government so that through that they'll probably be able to give me access to data that can be shared with.
That is very well possible in countries like US where you have centralized database. But what about countries like India where all the hospitals, not all the hospitals, some hospitals who have hospital information systems, they have different vendors and government doesn't have any control on that data. Then what will you do in this scenario?
Yes, ma'am. I'm still working in progress on how to resolve that issue. I've not really found a proper solution for that, but I do plan on being able to create partnerships with other organizations which will be able to help me, like in the US, as you mentioned.
So a suggestion for you will be, yes, you can tie up with different hospital information system vendors or tie up with different hospitals who can give you access. Maybe you can try, because I have seen in the hospitals I have worked, they have such kind of diagnosis based, like you have selected some symptoms based on the patient who is presenting and the lab values. All of them actually are developing such systems on the internal database they have.
Yes.
There you can add value. I don't know for a country like India, how will it be implemented, but at least you can tie up with hospital chains. That would be my suggestion to you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I have a question for you. So it goes to the people who are able to access your app. But in a country like ours, we're having a lot of deaths or people are going undiagnosed. So have you thought of a way in which this app could reach people who are otherwise, like not able to get to such spaces? Because I'm sure a lot of people are going to benefit with the app you're trying to create. And as I resonate a lot with what Dr. Renuka said, like we have a lot of limitations. However, this is a very positive step in a way that we can identify health issues. So when you're thinking about it, have you thought about the people who have no access to the app? How can you connect such people? Yeah.
We'll have to work with base level organizations and it'll have to go to primary healthcare centers. So I'll try on doing that in the future once I've actually made this a fully functional app so that it'll actually be beneficial for everyone. And it's not just based on symptoms. Like I said, I want to make it fully functional once I know everything about ML.
Okay, all the best.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. To motivate our YouTube viewers, we have organized a quiz competition. Over the course of 2 days, we'll ask 6 questions. Students who answer all the questions will be eligible for nomination to win prizes. There are 3 prizes for the top 3 students based on how quickly they answer each question correctly. The first question: what is the primary function of an accelerometer in a smartphone?
To answer, you can either scan the screen or click the link in the description given in the YouTube channel. Now, let's get to the second project. So, everybody knows that agriculture is the main source of food for the entire world. So, my friends Dia Sunil and Soha Sanoj from grade 7 Lekol Chempaka Silver Rocks has made a project that can not only make farming easier but also promote environmental friendliness. Dia and Soha, over to you.
Thank you, Gauri. Am I visible? Um, so our project is about agriculture with precision guard. It's an advanced crop monitoring and drone precision spraying system.
Hello and welcome. Today we are discussing Precision Guard. It's a system that focuses on advanced crop monitoring in farming. This involves smart pest detection and even drone spray. The main idea is monitoring by keeping a close eye on crops. We can gather valuable information that could potentially guide future farming practices. It's a fascinating concept that could bring us significant changes to traditional farming. Join us as we explore this idea that could change the way we approach traditional farming. In farming, we understand the problems that growers are dealing with these days. The traditional agricultural methods bring issues like environmental harm, cost inefficiencies, and excessive use of pesticides. These challenges leads us to seek a more efficient and sustainable alternative and prompts us to explore a more effective solution through precision gardening.
How Precision Guard works. Precision Guard operates through a system designed for crop monitoring. Here's a breakdown. We have a soil monitoring probe attached to the drones, which collects data on soil moisture, temperature, and nutrient levels. Integrated with the drones, the probe is lifted and strategically positioned for targeted monitoring across the entire field. This collected data is transmitted in real time to a centralized hub, allowing farmers instant access to crucial information. The farmers can easily access and interpret this information through a user friendly interface, helping with quick and informed decision making. This system operates in a continuous monitoring cycle, offering ongoing support throughout the growing season. In our soil monitoring probe, we are using sensors for soil moisture, temperature, NPK, and pH levels. This probe is pushed into the soil by the drone, and it collects real-time data measuring crucial soil parameters vital for crop health. This probe also wirelessly transmits this data to the central hub for further analysis. This smart sensing technology ensures accurate and reliable data, allowing for precise monitoring of soil conditions. Built with durable materials, this probe withstands environmental factors. Minimal maintenance is required, allowing farmers to focus on interpreting the valuable insights provided by the probe. This is a animation of the actual probe. That is the top view, this is the front view. So, the aspirations of Precision Guard. We want to empower farmers with real time data to make informed decisions. Precision Guard also aspires to implement smart pest detection, offering effective control measures against invasive pests. One of the main goals we have is to improve soil health through sustainable practices, mitigating the impact of soil health decline. We also strive to optimize the use of vital resources like water and land to overcome scarcity issues. Our main aspiration is to create a future where precision farming becomes synonymous with sustainable and efficient agricultural practices.
The farmer's dashboard is an essentially central hub designed with simplicity in mind. It allows farmers to access real time data with ease, which includes reports on pest detection and current conditions of the field. The dashboard also uses notification for facilitating quick decision making, thus providing farmers with necessary tools for effective protection. Key features include real-time access that provides immediate access to crucial real-time data such as pest detection reports and current field condition. Notifications offer instant alerts which ensure prompt decision making for effective crop protection. Interactive field overview. This offers a visual representation with color coded indicators for a quick overview for the crop health and pest detection status.
Budget friendly farming with Precision Guard. So, Precision Guard optimizes resource usage, leading to reduced input costs in terms of water, fertilizer, and pesticides. It also allows targeted application of these resources, avoiding unnecessary expenses. The initial investment put into Precision Guard turns into long term savings as farmers can implement efficient and sustainable practices, reducing operational costs. Precision Guard is designed in a low maintenance design, minimizing costs, ensuring that the focus remains on farming rather than continual system management. The scalability of Precision Guard makes it adaptable to farms of various sizes, offering a budget friendly solution regardless of scale. Precision Guard also makes an advanced farming technology accessible to a broader range of farmers, ensuring that budget constraints are not a barrier to adopting innovative practices. With improved yields and money saved on precious resources, Precision Guard offers a compelling return on investment, making it a financially prudent choice for farmers.
As we conclude our decision on precision guard, let's picture a future where agriculture integrates technology for smarter, more sustainable practices. Precision guard is not just a solution, it's a step towards a greener, more efficient future in farming. Thank you.
That was an amazing project. Judges, your feedback, please.
Good evening, girls. A very well thought of project in an area which requires a lot of thought, especially with greenery being pushed out of the city boundaries. We feel it is very difficult for us to have sustainable farmers and farming, and people are moving out of farming towards other more, which areas which feel to be more consumer oriented. However, I have a couple of questions. The first question is, farming is not an overnight work, right? So you do not plant a crop today and you get the result tomorrow. It's over a period of, each plant has a cycle, maybe 3 months before from the point of sowing the crop to the point of harvesting the crop. We have a time span of 3 months or maybe 7 months or something. So in between, what is your precision guard going to do? Is there a way in which they can be updated in between also around the process of the growth? That's the first question.
Ma'am,
Okay, you
in
answer that and then
between, one of our main things is to make sure invasive pests do not destroy the crops, even during the growth and even after, around harvesting times. We need to make sure that they are not ruined, and also our precision guard ensures that there will be proper conditions for growth, as in it makes sure that nutrient levels are fine and the temperature is appropriate. All these things are monitored closely by our system, so it will help greatly during the growth time where it will be more fragile even before it's fully grown.
okay, thank you. The second question is that the soil is just one of the very necessary conditions for the crop. We also in India especially depend a lot upon the weather. Like our plantations happen based on the monsoon, based on the winter and all. In that case, is the input about the soil by a precision guard enough for the farmer to have a good harvest, or are you going to look into other parameters also which precision guard can take in beyond the soil factors, so that the farmer will get a more informed decision about the crop? Because beyond
Ma'am,
the soil there are conditions which is also need to be accessed or looked into, right?
yes, ma'am. The drones will also have cameras and sensors from above ground to monitor the fields. But as you said, there are some things that we just simply cannot control in nature. So we will have to, and in later times in the future, we plan to make it so that precision guard can also suggest. They can rotate crops, as in this period of time. This crops would be more wise to start growing, and it would be wiser to use this crop.
Thank you. So maybe you can also, even before, when you're informing about the crop, you can also give them an idea about what is the most, sustainable crop to be grown in that area, for so that the farmers also see the benefit. So that could be an added, when you're improving on
Yes,
your
ma'am.
project, you can add that point to that, so that it becomes something that motivates them or shows them an option where they grow a lesser, like millets are grown in areas where there is drought or there is not enough water. So something like that to motivate the farmers.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Thank you. Yeah. All the best.
Thank you.
Hi, Soha and Dia. It was good to hear about your precision guard. So the question I have for you, you have called it budget friendly. So how are you going
Yes,
to
ma'am.
do the costing for it?
Ma'am, as most technology, it won't be initially cheap, because it is in full truth, it is an expensive technology with drones and expensive sensors. But the thing is, with all of these things, your crops are more protected, and the actual labor will be less, as in we can also add, as we said, we can mention drone spraying too, as in we can use the drones for actually spraying the pesticides and fertilizers where the things are detected, and we can use the app for, just in case the farmer needs to be updated, okay, here we are going to be doing this, do you want to stop this action, like that we can update them too. So in the long run, it will be more profitable for the farmers to have the precision guard with them.
But have you thought about some basic cost for it? Because in India, as ma'am also mentioned, that a lot of farmers, they are actually leaving this agriculture because they are not able to afford it. So then how will
Yes,
you
ma'am.
make it lucrative for
Ma'am,
them?
in the beginnings, it will have to go through some manner of charity, as in it cannot be fully taken up by farmers without, in the beginnings of these kind of technologies, they cannot be fully bought and used by the farmers who are at a lower level. We can only hope to start with farmers who have more resources, then work on our technology more and more until we can make it more accessible for other people too.
Okay, all the best.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now, let's get to our next project. AI is basically the future of this world. So, my friend Yukta Sharad from grade 7 Lakal Chempaka Silver Rocks has made a project that can improve that might improve the education system of India, of the world.
Thank you, Gauri. Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes, Yukta, your screen is visible.
Good evening, all. I hope you're having a marvelous day so far. I'm Yukta Sharath from grade 7 Petunia, and today I present before you Notai. Firstly, what even is Notai? Notai is a facial recognition artificial intelligence program which is used in classrooms to recognize students' faces and mark them present when they arrive at class. It is even designed to mark late students late and ask them to meet the coordinator as per the method currently followed in our school. So, what's the problem here? Firstly, in our school, teachers take time with attendance. They need to spend about 10 minutes on it. Secondly, if a student is late, the teachers take a while rewriting the student's attendance as well as sending the student to the coordinator. Well, wouldn't it be so much easier if we had an AI who would automatically detect the students? Well, Notai has the solution. So, what is Notai's role in this? Notai's role in this. Notai recognizes the students based on their facial features, as everyone has different facial features, and adds their name to the attendance at an instant. It also recognizes if the student is late or not. So, how does it work? The AI recognizes students by their facial features, as everyone has different facial features. The AI captures a photo of each student and compares their faces to the old taken photos. We teach the AI each face and the student's name. Thus, it marks each student depending on their name and if they have arrived yet, absent or present. To add on, the AI will check the time. If the student is late, the student will still be marked present, but has an additional note of being late. In our school, if a student is late, the teacher present in the class tells the late student to meet the coordinator. But here, Notai will inform the coordinator and the student to meet and will ask the student to meet with the coordinator. So here's an example. This is Mr. Clark's class. And this student has arrived late. Thankfully, he has Notai on his computer. Notai scans the student's face as it goes through various steps. The steps include capturing the student's face and extract the details. Then it initializes it and compares it to the old taken photos. So this is how it look like. So here's the table with the students' names, and this shows that the student is late. So here, the teacher will receive a note that the student has arrived late, and hence we have to ask her to meet the school coordinator. So, what are Notai's features? Firstly, it's available on various devices like our laptops, mobiles, and tablets, and it uses touchless attendance even during the pandemic, which is super useful. And it has an easily configurable distance to scan 1 feet to 3 feet. And it's easily scalable to multiple schools so that all schools can benefit from Notai. And has a configurable scanning distance as mentioned earlier. Then it also uses deep learning. So the more times we use it, the better it gets. Now, it has integration capabilities to the Chempaka school apps, which we currently use to be updated. And multiple attendance can be taken simultaneously so that many students can be recognized and marked present at the same time. It also has data privacy so that only the authorized individuals can access the data. So now I shall show the current version of Notai, which is the demo version. Okay, I have to off my screen for this. Okay, so this is Notai, and here's this code. So let me just start it to show how it works. So 1 second, let me just. So first, I need to click the green flag so that it runs. So as you can see, there's a picture of me, which is used to train the AI model. Now, I shall turn on my webcam so that it can recognize me, and let's see if it does. Excuse me for a moment. One second, it's not working at the moment, but I can still show how it works. So when the green flag is clicked, it creates this file called attendance onto my computer. This is the file which shows whether I was present or if I wasn't. Then it does face matching on my camera, which is my webcam over here. It sends a message and it waits a while. If it does there any faces, it'll set the data in the table to my name as well as the timestamp at which I was present. So now let me just show you the file which contains all my attendance. So in the file which I currently use for this app, it has this little, as you can see, it has this Excel sheet called attendance. So let me just open it and I will show you how it looks like if I'm present. So as you can see, the Excel sheet is open. It will show whether I was present and at what time I was present at. Yeah, okay. So here is the Excel file. Okay, so here it shows multiple names, including the timestamp. So if I go a little bit lower and I can see my recent timestamp, which is right here. It has recognized me at this time, right over here. So this shows that it works and this shows what time it is. So now let me just compare it to what the future notai will look like. Okay, let me just take the presentation. So now let me show you the roadmap for the future notai as well as the current one. So the current one, it uses PictoBlock's block coding and it uses feature-based detection based on our facial features. It uses my webcam and it's time-based. It stores the data into the local storage of our computer. It uses basic user interaction. Interface, sorry. Now, what about the future notai? How will it be any different? It uses open source coding using Python. And it also uses OpenCV algorithms and uses infrared cameras, which is so much better than the laptop camera. And it's text-based. It stores all the information into the central storage of the school. And it uses enhanced UI. Thank you.
That was an amazing performance. Over to you, judges, for the feedback.
Good evening, Yukta, and very well done. My first question to you is, what is the purpose of your Nodai?
Well, currently in our school, we have to take some time to take attendance instead of learning. So the purpose of Notai is so that it's much easier for teachers and for the students to be marked present. So it basically makes it so much easier as we spend around 10 minutes. So it makes it 5 times easier and it's automatic.
Okay, but going further on that, what I understood it, you said it will detect when it is 1 to 3 feet away.
Yeah.
So, when you're talking about a latecomer or a person leaving the class early, have you
Yeah.
thought of a situation in a classroom which has more than 2 or 3 doors? In that case, if the child accesses a rear door and enters the class or leaves the class, how will your Nodai be able to detect that?
Well, in our future models, it'll have more scanning distance, but if there is more than 3 doors, then it also depends on the cameras which are used to recognize the students. Because if there's a camera near the door, like near all the doors, it can recognize if the student has entered or it has left and inform the teachers as well.
Okay. And the third thing I'll tell you is that as teachers from long ago. It's very important for us to make that physical connect with the student in the morning or in the day. And when we look at your face and you say, I'm present, you're actually present, you're acknowledging that you're present in the class the teacher is teaching. So though AI is taking us out of our human context a lot more, I still feel it's very, very important for us to be able to connect, on a level, on the human level with teachers and students, and acknowledge our presence to the teacher in the class instead of making it all machine learning. However, it's a very well thought of model, and congratulations, all the best for it. Okay.
Hi, Yukta. So I have this question for you. How is it different from the conventional attendance systems available, which also do face reading? Because this distance for detection, like as you mentioned in your first phase, is only 1 to 3 feet. So why can't we use that and use your NODI?
Well, the thing is that Nota is quite different from others because not only does it use data privacy, it also is much more advanced as it gives a note that the student is late, and there's more features about it, like it uses deep learning that it gets better every time. And in case the school has an app, it can have integration capabilities to that school app, and some apps similar to this does not have multiple attendance, but this does. And yeah.
I think you need to do more data market research, because there are many attendance trackers available which send data to apps, and also multiple attendance tracking is also there. You can have X number of, like mostly offices have started using it. And also what I feel is, as Aditi ji also mentioned, that taking attendance in school, that was not the just that was present and absent. It actually is an interactive way to interact with the students, which is, I think, a better way to start the day.
Yeah, but like still in the morning, maybe the teachers can come in and just spend some time interacting with the students in general, like asking them about their day while the AI is currently functioning.
But I will still suggest you that you can find more applications for Know That, not just restricted to school. There will be other better places where you can actually use it. So start thinking on those grounds. Okay. All the best.
Now, for the next project. We all know that when we know a disease too late, it's very complicated. So, my friends, Ameya Nair, Aditi A, and Alka Mariam Lulu from grade 6 Lekol Chempaka Silver Rocks has made a project that can identify skin diseases before it's too late. Over to you.
Good evening, one and all. Welcome to our presentation on our project, Automated Health Proficiency. What is our project? We want to help the doctor find out the problem that a patient faces. That is, we want to figure out the problem that a patient is facing before it is too late. Initially, our plan was to make a device that can identify diseases and tells us the doctor the diseases that the person is facing.
Meet our team, meet the brains behind our project. Hello, I am Aditi A and I am from 6 Canada.
Myself, Alka Mariam Lulu from grade 6 Canada.
I'm
Amaya Nair from grade 6.
We want to help the doctor find out the problem that a patient faces. We want to figure out the problem that a patient is facing before it is too late. For this, our prototype includes problems mainly in the skin diseases field. Problem. Our present day faces a common problem that when the doctor finds out the problem affecting the patient, it will become more serious or severe by then.
For this, our team decided to take these problems and solve them with a blend of technology. The prototype. The prototype is a software that focuses on diagnosing skin diseases. This software came to the life with help of Python. The mechanism of our project is very simple. We have entered 19 different skin diseases into our project. We use a camera sensor to detect the disease. Once you have suspected yourself of having a skin disease, you can either upload a photo into our software or you can use a camera sensor to scan the affected area. Once you have done this, the system compares it to the different photos of those 19 diseases. After this, the diagnosed disease will be displayed on the screen. The video of the working code will be shared in a moment.
So this is the functioning of our prototype. So basically, when we show the affected area, it writes on top here what the disease is. So here I have shown acne, and the prototype has shown the predicted class as acne, which is correct. And the next disease I've used here is herpes, and yet again, our prototype has detected it efficiently as herpes.
This phrase is what inspired us to create this project, connecting the two worlds of technology and human reality to save human lives.
Pros and cons. Like any other project out there, our project also has its pros and cons. Pros. So, first of all, our project is has a very simple mechanism and is user friendly. Second of all, our project is innovative, with in a way is really beneficial to the health industry. Second of all, third of all, our project is real. That means that if we find that the if we think that the patient is having a severe problem, we will advise them to visit a dermatologist. Cons. It might be a threat to security, but we can try to avoid that as much as possible. Race. As people might have different races and skin colors, this could be a problem since different races will take problems in a different appearance way. Efficiency. The efficiency of our software could be variable according to the amount of database it is implemented to. Our motto, our project's motto is to find the disease before it finds you. Because if a disease is kept waiting for too long without finding it, then it will become more severe, which will be harder to treat and could be very deadly. Finally, we would like to wind up. by taking in account that if our project is implemented in future, we would also like to focus on other disease other than skin diseases, and we would like and it would be better if it will be applied to a larger database, which will ensure us more efficiency. And finally, we think our project will be a great addition to the health industry. Thank you.
That was a wonderful project. Invite judges your feedback, please.
So, hi Aditi, Alka, and Amya. It was nice listening to you. Now, I have few questions for you. First is that based on the picture, will it be easier to identify the skin diseases?
I mean, as we all know, skin diseases are quite tricky to identify, as most of them might be just rashes. But we have the more we train the model, that is the more we train the software, the accuracy of it increases. And if you have a larger database, that is more pictures, it will be more efficient and more accurate.
I have some apprehension on that because even if like we have studied during our medical school also, it becomes very difficult to identify even after seeing a lot of photographs because most of the diseases, the skin diseases, have very similar appearance. So have you thought of some other way to integrate this data based on the physical appearance with some other features of skin diseases so that it can give you a accurate diagnosis?
First of all, we will look at the depth, and if we feel like this could be like another disease also, we will also ask for the symptoms of it, like if they're finding any other things along with the physical appearance. And if we feel it could be something severe, we would also advise them to see a dermatologist and would also recommend a dermatologist nearby to their location.
So is this tool of yours is going to be used for preliminary diagnosis by patients or anybody who is coming to your platform, or also going to help medical practitioners?
I mean, the main goal, like why it is an app, is because many people would just ignore skin diseases because they might think it's some random rash, and they might just not want to go to the dermatologist or the hospital just for some small rash without knowing how like dangerous it could be. So we just want people to get more aware of it and then like diagnose it and to know if it's severe without having a major inconvenience on their side, by traveling and stuff. They can just do it by the phone or any device.
Okay. And how are you going to create that awareness so that they start using your application?
So first thing is that we could put up like it on notice boards, advertisements across media, or like advertisement boards on like along the streets. Yeah.
Okay. All the best.
Thank you.
Good evening, girls. Very well thought of, different kind of a presentation. However, Dr. Renuka seems to have asked most of my questions this time. So I still have another query is that when you talked about advertising it, generally when these pictures or these visuals of skin diseases appear on bus stops about an ointment or things like that, we tend to ignore it, or we don't associate with it, because there are certain things about a skin disease which are not very like nice or good about it and all of that. So I would suggest that you can go about in a way so that it becomes something more acceptable and people don't shy away from it. So usually that is what happens. That's what I feel. And also, how do you, whether this app could be also used beyond, like, I think after a point, people will not associate or will not want to connect with certain things unless they know the severity of the disease. So is there a way that you can pass that information on where people feel it necessary to use your app when they find certain kind of a, you know, irritation or a rash or an itch, because as doctor said, it's very, very difficult to identify them. And we've like experienced people or patients we've seen wherein people have suffered for long times without the correct kind of a treatment. So is there a way that your app could be, you know, fine-tuned into doing something like that?
First of all, in the future, our app does have the future of like applying to more diseases other than skin diseases. And the need that people would probably want is because, as I mentioned earlier, they might not want to travel for this. Like they might just think it's a like some random rash. So maybe if they just go to the dermatologist and they just say it's not that severe, they will just feel disappointed. So we just want to ensure the patient and tell them if it's something severe and if they need to go to the doctor.
All right. Okay, all the best.
Thank you.
Okay, now for the next project. I believe that IoT is a quite necessary factor for a better future. So, my friends, Ayush Dubey, Achyut AP, and Manas V. Deepu from Grade 7 Lakol Chempaka Serene Valley has made a project that can possibly make a positive difference for our planet. Over to you.
So, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, respectful guests and my dear friends. Today, Ayush, Manas, and I, Achyut, have made a collaborative effort to make a website called Green Vista Echoed Connect. It is a web application designed to inspire and educate students and other kids worldwide about environmental issues while fostering them a sense of consciousness on our ecosystem. It also helps farmers and other people who want to plant on their own soil. Objectives. The primary objectives of Echoed Connect are to foster environmental awareness and responsibilities among students, encourage understanding environmental issues while having fun through eco-friendly challenges. It also provides a platform for students to showcase their initiatives and contributions to sustainability. It also helps farmers and other people with planting with a special device, which will be explained later on. Features. Echoed Connect boosts the following features. Learning modules. Learning modules are interactive lessons covering climate change, renewable energy, waste reduction, biodiversity, and other topics based on our environment. Eco challenges. Eco challenges are weekly or monthly challenges promoting eco-friendly actions. These are fun games and quizzes reinforcing environmental concepts. Rewards and prizes. Rewards and prizes are virtual and tangible rewards for accomplishments. There are points and crowns.
Learning modules. The learning modules cover essential environmental topics through engaging multimedia content, including videos, a learning objective for each of the modules, and progress tracking.
Eco challenges. These challenges games are designed to motivate students to adopt sustainable practices on the environmental issues, providing a structured framework of understanding for students, instill a sense of responsibility for environment stewardship.
To Manas.
On the merch, you can find a simple store with items like eco-friendly bags, t-shirts and accessories, etc. This is an idea we have been thinking of to boost our earnings on this website.
sorry, sir. Hardware idea. We have an idea of a device which can be used for finding the nutrients, texture, moisture, and the plants, crops that can be planted on and of specific soil, like the ones near you. There are some advantages and disadvantages. Let's go through them. The advantages. It helps farmers to identify the nutrients inside the soil. It helps farmers to identify the type of soil, and it tells us what all crops can be grown in that soil using the above data. The disadvantages that are it needs internet and the access to our website to buy the device and also to analyze the data that is given by our device. Let us go through our website.
Is it visible?
So is it visible?
Sir, is it visible?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So here's the home page. This is where you'll end up when opening our website. Yes, Ayush, you can go to register. Yeah, Ayush has already registered to our website, but this is where our profile will be shown.
Yes, sir.
This profile from registering. Sorry, Ayush, may I?
Okay, sure.
Yeah. From registering, you can make a profile that is customizable. How it works is, with your data, we store it in our database where there is a point system tracker when doing challenges. Ayush, learning page. Next is the learning page. The learning pages have educational videos. After watching all the videos, at the moment there are only 5 videos and 5 challenges. You'll be able to move on to the challenges page where there are 5 challenges based on the videos in the learning page. Next, we'll go to about. Yeah. Yeah, in this page, you can learn more about our idea on this project. And that's about it. Thank you.
I like to speak something about this website.
Yeah, sure.
So there is a profile page where you can edit everything. I will showcase it. This is the profile page. You can see the point system. You can edit it. Then you can save it also. There's challenges to complete once you finish the video. Like if you finish one video, one challenge will be loaded. If you finish 2 video, 2 challenge will be loaded. According to the videos you have watched, it will be loaded. You can save and leave the website, this page, so you can go and finish that challenge. Thank you.
That was an amazing project, inviting the judges for their feedbacks.
Good evening, boy. Dr. Renuka can speak first.
Yes,
Please go ahead, no problem. So, Manas, Achyut, and Ayush.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So basically, you are going to engage the students so that they become more environment friendly.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yeah,
Yes.
and
you
it
are
also,
going to please go
yes,
ahead.
it also fosters them an environmental concept. Like they basically will be able to understand what all is happening in our world at the moment.
And in one of your slides, you also mentioned that it will help the farmers to know about the soil and all. So, how is it related?
Ma'am, how that works is that we have an hardware idea where there is it's basically a device with NPK sensors, a moisture sensor like soil water tension sensors, and a screen so that it can check the texture. So for farmers who are farming in new land, if they don't know what kind of soil it is, they can buy this device, stick it into the soil, and basically it will analyze the data and send it to our website. In there, the website will thoroughly analyze it and will tell what all crops can be grown in that specific soil, and what all nutrients are there in the specific soil.
But why have you clubbed both of them? Like at one point, there are students or children, say whom you want to actually make aware about the environment, and second is your farmers. And how are you going to actually sell this product?
Ma'am, that's where the merch side comes in. There is we haven't added it just yet to the prototype, but basically there will be a merch store where they can buy the device and also other accessories.
So my question to you is this: I understand that you have two different products actually. One is your website where you want to engage more students and children to become more environment friendly, and they should be aware about sustainable things, right? And another is your farmers. But how are you going to actually promote your product in the market? Because you are actually approaching two different set of people at the same time.
I'd like to answer that.
Yeah.
So we'll promote our product in newspapers because newspaper can be delivered in the villages also where farmers live, most Indian farmers. And there is for buying, actually we don't have internet in some villages. So what we do is we keep stall and our people there, and the farmer can go and buy the product, and the person will order it for them when they go to the city side where they have the internet.
Okay, I'm going to frame my question in another way. Because I have not been able to still understand why are you linking two things. My question was, how are you going to target these two different set of people of your this project? What is the main aim of your project? What are you trying to achieve by this?
Ma'am, what we are trying to achieve by this is two things. First, to help farmers in basically everything that they need to start farming, and for the students to learn about everything about our ecosystem.
So you have two different projects actually, not just one.
Ma'am, but it is interconnected. Like if for the hardware, once the hardware gets the information, it will send it to our website and we'll calculate it and give it the result in our website. So it's very interconnected, ma'am. You can buy it from the website and also use it on our website.
Okay. All the very best.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, boys. I'm still confused. So, but my question would be, you have 5 games, you said, or through
At
which
the
the
moment,
students
yes,
can
ma'am.
play.
Huh?
Huh?
At the moment, yes, ma'am.
At the moment, yeah. So after that, what do they learn? Or after
After
playing
that,
one game, what is the input the student is getting?
so after
Which is
one game,
already not
actually,
available in all other ways about the environment, global warming, sustainability, like in your
like
textbooks. What is
Yes,
the new thing they're going to learn out of your website?
ma'am, they're gonna learn many things about the forest. Like there are many questions. We have like I think so 5 questions, but we can have 100 or something. So that those 5 questions are from the video. So
Okay.
that we'll have in the quizzes, and they can only attend once they finish the videos.
So after those 5 quizzes, what does the student get out of the 5 quiz? And why would
ma'am,
the student be motivated to take the quiz?
yes, ma'am. Actually, we have a solution for that. We have a reward system. It was in our presentation, and we'll give discounts, like discounts on our merch or some other company.
Okay. And as for the farmers, again, I'm still confused about how this is going to connect with the farmers. However, if both the projects are going to work, as Dr. Renuka said, how are we going to access the farmers? And I'd already mentioned in the previous project that soil is just one of the parameters that a farmer needs to be aware of when going for any plantation or any crop. So, is there a way you can give a more rounded information, since your app is only working or trying to connect the new farmer is and soil is not the only input they would require? Can you redo it in a way that your hardware could give them some more information that could be beneficial?
Yes, ma'am. We
Ma'am,
can add more sensors. We can add more sensors.
All right. Okay, all the best.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now we move on with the second quiz question. The second question, what technology is used for wireless charging of devices?
Now, let's move on to the next project. So, as we know, AI can make differences in many things. So, my friends, Shivananda Shibin, Janvi, and Haripriya from grade 5 Lakol Chempaka Silver Rocks has made a project that can actually change some of the inefficiency in the legal system with the help of AI. Over to you.
I'm Shivananda, and along with me, there are my team members Janvi and Haripriya. We are grade 5 students of Lakol Chempaka Silver Rocks. It is urgent for innovative solutions for the complexities within the legal process. As our legal systems grapple with an ever growing volume of cases and regulations, there's a clear demand for tools that efficiently navigate and analyze this complexity. There are many challenges that the traditional legal processes often face, such as prolonged case duration, high cost, and limited accessibility to legal information. This impedes delivery of justice. The integration of AI presents a transformative opportunity to alleviate these issues. Our project is an AI powered solution to enhance the efficiency, accessibility, and equity of legal processes. Project objectives of our solution: to improve efficiency and reduce processing time. We plan to improve the efficiency by automating routine tasks, and we will try to streamline the legal process. To enhance public accessibility by making legal information more readily available to the public. Over to Janvi.
Why a customized solution? To be effective and give accurate and specific results, the AI engine needs to look at a large data set comprising of government websites, paid private websites, and even law books and journals. A standard AI engine will not be able to do this. Need for accuracy means we need to train the AI engine to give accurate results. This is an effort and time intensive exercise. To ensure the accuracy of answers provided is ensured, in some cases, we need to integrate with workflows where legal professionals will be reviewing the responses. This also needs custom implementation. To make the solution highly successful, we believe the following features are required. Automatic case analysis for speeding up the automation of tasks. Speeding up the case research process by supporting with AI engines. All this in a user-friendly platform. Our target audience will be legal professionals including lawyers, judges, law students, law firms, government agencies who do law-related work, educational institutions, and general public. Over to Haripriya.
Lawyers and public can come to our website or mobile app, ask their queries to a chatbot. The chatbot will send a request to the ChatGPT server. The ChatGPT server, using information given from law books and legal government websites, will give the answer to the chatbot, and lawyers and general public will have their answer. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
So this is our home page. From here, if we click on sign up, we can type our name, email, password, re-enter the password, and click on sign up. But if we already have an account, go to login, type our email and password again, click on login, and it will take us to the search page. From here, we type our question. If we type a question, laws regarding children with disabilities, it will give us the answer. In this way, lawyers and the lawyers and public can use our website. Thank you.
That was an amazing project, inviting the judges to give their review. Renika ma'am.
Yes. So my first question to you is, why have you kept the sign up mandatory? Can we not just type in a question without signing up? Because some people may not want to sign up every time, or they may forget once they have created a sign up.
We only show the sign up option the first time as they can register.
Okay, that is what I'm asking. Suppose I have registered last time and I have come to your platform, say after 3 months' time, I may not remember it. My credentials I may not remember. So why I need to sign up every time? Can I not use this platform without signing up?
Yeah, it can be made so.
Okay. And second question is, how is your search result or the answers which you are providing on your platform different from the normal search engines or ChatGPT?
Our app will provide more accurate and specific results, which a normal AI engine cannot do.
So specific, if I say, yeah, you are going to present a summarized version, and how are you extracting the data for this?
From government websites, from like India Code.
Indian.
Yeah.
from
So
government.
are you extracting the information and have created some code to make it more summarized? Or what are you actually doing it in this?
Yes, we have took it from websites and made it more summarized.
And will it be more relevant? Because
Yes.
sometimes may not.
Yeah, it will ours will be more relevant, accurate.
Can you show some example? With the same question which you have typed, like children with disabilities, what if you do a Google or Chat GPT? What does it show?
Sometimes it may not be accurate.
So you are saying that
Our
your
sys-
result will all.
Our
Yeah, please.
system is more up to date than the Chat GPT.
Yours is more? Sorry, I couldn't
Up
get
to
it.
date. Up to date.
Up to date. Okay. Okay. So are you going to restrict itself to all the laws, or you are going to expand this to other fields also?
It can be expanded in the future.
To different fields. Okay. Good. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you.
Hey, ma'am, your feedback.
Good evening, girls. A different line of thinking. My question is that, as you said in the beginning when you were starting your presentation, is going to fast forward law, which is takes usually a long time. This is only information that is coming to the recipient or the lawyer. How do you think that is going to help in fast forwarding any transaction that happens in the law courts? Because as ma'am also said, almost all of this information is available elsewhere also.
Laws are always changing, so we need to update it.
Okay. So this is only information that is going to be available for the people to use and move forward with that. That's what your platform is going to help them with, right? So, and how will you advertise the platform so that people want to come to it and not go to any other regular website or chat GPT? Because when you showed us how the process works, I saw that you are also going back to another source and coming back with the answer. So is that the source that you are updating? Your system will be updating all the time, or is it already from a source that's available already?
No, we are gonna update.
And so how often are you planning to do that? Like, for that you require people to be working on the system all the time.
We need to train the AI engine to give accurate.
We'll make it more efficient by automating the routine tasks.
All right. Okay, all the best. Go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now, safety in the cases of roads and railway tunnels has been a major concern. So, my friends Adidev Anand, Samar Sumit, and Bhumika Vipin from Grade 5 Lakol Chempaka Silver Oak has made a project that can help during these crises and with the help of robots. Let's see how that works. Over to you.
Good evening, one and all. My name is Samar Sumit from Team Robotics, Lakol Chempaka Silver Oak, Grade 5. Our team consists of my friends Adidev Anand, Bhumika Vipin, and myself. You may have heard about the tragic incident that happened in Uttarakhand, where 41 workers were trapped in a tunnel. Here are a few newspaper clippings of the horrific incident. Why we made this robot? The purpose of this robot is that if there's another building or tunnel collapse, we can use this robot to go through the rock and debris and check on the trapped people's health. It can also be used to locate and help the trapped people communicate with the rescue team. I invite my friend Bhumika Vipin to speak more about our project Cobra.
Thank you, Samu. The specialties of this robot. This robot has been designed with the structure of a snake, so accordingly, it has the locomotion similar of a snake. It can squeeze through small cracks and narrow spaces with its inbuilt driller and flexible body. It has a camera and a microphone which can help the people to communicate with the rescue team. This is the design of our Cobra. The head part shows the driller. In our prototype, due to some errors, we have not been able to install the driller, but in future applications, the driller will be installed so that in case we meet any obstruction, the driller can drill through it and the snake robot can move on. Functions and uses. Utilization of your robotic technology for human assistance in any phase of rescue operations. Snake robots will dig underneath the soil for geological surveying. Medical robots can maneuver around organs inside a human chest cavity. This is the design diagram. The camera module takes pictures, which is the it can be controlled by any device like TV, computer, mobile, remote. That device then sends the information to the control unit. The control unit then sends multiple instructions to the camera module and actuator. The actuator is the motors of our snake robot. Now I hand over to my friend Adidevanan to explain more about our project Cobra.
Thank you, Bhumika. Now let's see the different types of locomotions. There is ring mode, ranging mode, line mode, wheel locomotion mode, and bridge mode. In our prototype, we are using wheel locomotion mode, which can do twists and turns. For bridge mode and inching mode, we need servo motors, which can do angular base movements. Advantages of this robot are moving across uneven terrain and squeezing through block pathways. It is small in size and weight compared to other types of robot. The flexibility of the snake robot allows a wide range of locomotions. These are a few pictures of the prototype of our snake robot that we have developed. Components used for our prototype are ESP32 camera module. This camera module is used for capturing the live images of the conditions inside the collapsed structure. It will be mounted on the head part of the robot. The images from the camera module will be sent to communication device like mobile through Wi-Fi connection. It acts as a programmable module and we can code it in such a way to make the robot in the specific direction according to the images received. Motor driver module. This module helps to control the gear motors and makes the wheels attached to it to run according to the commands received. PVC pipes. These pipes are used to make the body parts of the prototype. Batteries. They are used as a power source. Wheels. They are used for the movement of the body parts. GPS sensor. This is used to track the live location of the robot once it is located inside the collapsed building or tunnel. Microphone. This allows to communicate with the people trapped inside with the rescue workers. Due to some unexpected coding errors, we were not able to initiate the movement of our prototype. So, we shall present a short reference video that was developed by a scientist in Japan, which is similar to our prototype. With this, we come to an end of our presentation. Thank you.
It was a wonderful presentation. Inviting the judges for their feedback. Renuka ma'am.
It was good to watch your snake robot because I also belong to Uttarakhand and I can understand how useful it can be. But I have a few questions for you. What is the diameter of your snake robot? Or how wide it is?
Well, ma'am, the actual snake
It
robot
will
may
be
be
less.
smaller. The actual snake robot will be smaller, but right now for our prototype, we are not able to make it smaller since the components used will be much more expensive and it won't be affordable for us.
Okay, and so in this prototype, you have used PVC pipe material. What are you going to use in your actual robot?
Ma'am, we're going to try and use a little more
Harder
durable.
Harder material, so in case anything falls on it, it might not easily get crushed.
Have you thought of any such material? What could it be?
Heat resistant material.
But you have not thought of any such material which can be used or did some research on it?
We were doing some research.
Yes, we will research on it.
And how costly will it be for you to come up with the final prototype?
For the prototype or the actual later version? Later version.
It will become more at least like 15,000 rupees.
Okay.
For the final model.
Okay. Okay. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, children, and congratulations. A very up-to-date thought regarding considering the accident that happened and the rescue that happened. Now, my first question is, you've talked about the robot, and the size of the robot has to get smaller if it is going to go into the spaces that we are thinking about. Is there a way of backtracking the robot? You have a camera that moves forward. If there is not a way to come around, can you bring the robot back? Would you have a way to do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Those motors can go back and forward.
Go back and front.
So even if it cannot find a way back from around the place, it can come back, right? So now the next thing is you also talked about applying this in human body. So how fine would that robot be, and what would be the material you'd be using inside the body then?
Well,
You talked about the chest cavity.
it should be something flexible, and we have not discussed it yet because it's really later version.
Okay. So, and also for
But
this,
we
the model
can
that
use
we're talking,
silicon.
okay, and the Japanese model you showed us looked somewhat bigger and more sophisticated than the one. So, have you actually worked your prototype? Like today, you couldn't show it to us, but did it work?
Yes, it's working.
It
But
was due to some coding errors.
yes,
Okay, but you could actually work it and it did move to
Yes.
spaces.
yes.
All right. So please work on it and try to make it, better and smarter so that it actually becomes helpful in certain areas. All right. All the best. Thank
Okay,
you.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. We are moving on with the third quiz question. The third question is, what technology allows data to be transferred between devices by tapping them together?
Now, let's move on to the next project. So, a grandfather and a grandchild interaction is quite lovely and cherishable. So, my friend Ayush CB from grade 7 Lekol Chempaka Silver Rocks has made a project that can bring back those cherishable memories with the help of AI. Over to you.
Good evening, esteemed audience. Today I am thrilled to embark on a journey with you, one that unites the cherished tradition of storytelling with the marvels of modern technology. I introduce to you Grand Tales, a project born from the passion to bridge generations, preserve familial collections, and infuse the timeless art of storytelling with a touch of innovation. At its essence, Grand Tales is more than an innovative application of technology. It's a commitment to preserving the sacred tradition of storytelling. Imagine a virtual companion that doesn't just narrate stories, but crafts personalized narratives rich in morals for each child. Grand Tales endeavors to bring children and their families closer, creating memories that endure through generations. In a rapidly evolving screen centric world, the heartwarming moments of familial storytelling are slipping away. Grand Tales steps in as a solution to this challenge. It serves as a bridge to span the generational gap, ensuring that the warmth of storytelling remains an integral part of family life. It addresses the decline in meaningful family interactions and safeguards the wisdom and cultural heritage woven into the fabric of stories. Now, let's dive into the enchanting mechanics of Grand Tales. Fueled by advanced algorithms and large language models, Grand Tales engages children in a dynamic two-way conversation. It responds to their inquiries, adjusts the narrative based on their reactions, and ensures an ever evolving, personalized storytelling experience. In its essence, Grand Tales is not merely just a bot, it is a virtual companion adapting and growing in tandem with the child's development. The technological symphony behind Grand Tales is a sophisticated blend. From advanced algorithms and artificial intelligence to Bluetooth technology, voice recognition, and responsive design, these components harmonize to create an interactive, personalized, and continually evolving storytelling experience for children. The marriage of technology with tradition sets the stage for transformative storytelling experience. In the AI landscape, hyper-personalization is poised to revolutionize real-time video generating by analyzing user preferences and behaviors. This goes beyond boosting engagement. It crafts personalized narratives tailored to individual viewers. While our implementation plan is in the future, hyper-personalization spans across diverse industries, reshaping user experiences in videos, recommendation, education, and wellness plans. It fundamentally elevates our daily interactions with technology. Here are some examples of video generation platforms that can be incorporated in my project. Pika Labs and Runway. As you can see, the AI waits for the child's message, and once it is received, it gets the mood of the child based on his or her tone of voice. Then it detects whether the child is trying to make conversation or is asking the grandparent AI to tell a story. If it is a question, it answers it and collects the user data. But if it is asked to tell a story, it tells a story based on previous information. This process then loops. We introduce the heartwarming and educational interaction between the grandparent AI and the child. The AI, a loving and voice storyteller, crafts tales tailored to the child's daily experiences and emotions. Each story begins with the child's emotion, such as joy or sadness, seamlessly woven into the narrative. These tales incorporate the child's context and events from their day, concluding with a piece of advice imparted by the AI. Additionally, the AI prompts reflection by asking two questions after each story, one related to the narrative and another probing the moral of fate. This approach aims to provide comfort, guidance, and support while fostering a deeper connection between the child and the AI. Now, let me show you a demo.
Grandpa. Could you please tell me a story that would brighten my...
The child's emotion is calm. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled amidst the mountains, there lived a wise old turtle named Tully. Tully had lived for many, many years, and his shell was adorned with patterns and colors that told the stories of his adventures. The villagers would often come to Tully seeking guidance or simply to hear his stories. One day, a young girl named Maya approached Tully. She had a troubled look on her face, and Tully could sense her unease. With a gentle smile, Tully invited Maya to sit beside him and asked what was bothering her. Maya shared that she had been
Grandpa. Tell me a story now.
The child's emotion is anger. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a young prince named Ayush. The prince had a fiery temper, and whenever he got angry, his face would turn red, and he would stomp his feet. One day, Ayush was playing in the courtyard when he accidentally knocked down his favorite toy, breaking it into pieces. Instantly, anger rushed through him, and he felt a surge of frustration. The wise king, Ayush's grandfather, noticed his grandson's anger and decided to share a story with him. He said, "Long ago, there lived a lion in the jungle who was famous for his anger. Every time he got angry, he would roar so loudly that all the other animals would tremble in fear." Ayush listened intently as his grandfather continued. One
In conclusion, Grand Tales is not merely just a project, it's a commitment to preserving a tradition with a touch of innovation. Thank you for joining me today on this exploration of Grand Tales. I'm now eager to hear any questions or thoughts you may have.
Um, it was an amazing project, inviting the judges for their feedback, Renuka ma'am and Aditi ma'am.
Hi, Ayush. It was a great experience listening to your project, Grand Tales. So, just two questions for you. What all different languages is it available right now?
Ma'am, it supports about 57, I mean 47 different languages. It is listed in the, it is actually given these information, like the information used to train these like language models is actually provided by OpenAI. We are using OpenAI language models, so we are using ChatGPT. So ChatGPT can actually communicate in 47 different languages.
And how many different types of voice modulations have you been able to use in this?
Ma'am, only one. Like only one model is required for voice modulation. The model that is used for voice modulation can detect 8 different emotions like anger, joy, sadness, fear, and others.
So, based on the different emotions your AI is recognizing, how is it modulating itself? Like you asked that when the child asks you a question or it gives you a command that they want to listen to a story, some. So, how is it actually like when you have judged that a particular emotion? How are you trying to use it?
Ma'am, so it basically like detects the mood based on the tone of the voice. Like if I have my voice at a high tone, it will detect that if it is and if it is a low tone, it will detect if it is sadness, and if it is a high tone, it will detect it as anger. That
And
is
what will it do in response to it? Suppose it's an anger tone. What will that AI do
AI will actually try to soothe the child.
using your voice modulation? Voice modulation.
Yes, ma'am.
And how will it get reflected in the storytelling?
Ma'am, so basically it will tell a story that includes characters which has the specific emotion. It will talk about how they fix the emotion and how it's a bad thing to have an emotion such as anger, fear. We should like it will imply messages such as that we shouldn't be angry, or we shouldn't be like fearful of anything.
So, you had mentioned that it will be like the grandparents narrating the story. So now you have 8 different type of emotions. Are you going to incorporate some more? Is it possible? How is
Yes.
it going to have more human touch in future?
Yes, ma'am. So we basically, in the future, we are actually planning to add more emotions, and we will actually change the tone of the voice of the grandparent in the future, so that the grandparent can have a human touch and can act like the real grandparent.
Great. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, Ayush. Very well thought of idea. Now, my question is, how many times can the grandparent be interrupted while the story is going on?
Ma'am, the grandparent can be interrupted about only twice. Only twice it can be interrupted.
Okay. So only at the beginning and might be a later. So in between, if the child has an emotion or wants to ask something, or so I mean, I want to know whether you can make it more interactive, the storytelling, because that's how it becomes more human, right? That's how you feel connected. Because otherwise, it also could become like watching any other YouTube video. Because in the one that I saw, it felt like a narrative from any video. It didn't really feel like a grandfather telling a grandparent telling a story. So that is one suggestion I have. And also, the other thing is, if I ask the question in a different language, will that register the language and respond in that language, or will it still? How are you going to use those 47 languages that you said was available?
Ma'am, so basically it will and if it is asked a question in a specific language, it will actually respond in that exact same language.
Same language. Okay, so that makes it more like connecting to the mother tongue, and children would feel like that's how the grandparent is talking. Yeah. So, and how will you create your story bank? Will it always be fiction, or will there be also some reality where the story becomes more convincing?
Yes, ma'am. So that will be the child. It all depends on the personality of the child. So if the child likes fiction, it will generate a fictional story, and if the child likes like more realistic topics, it will generate a realistic story.
Okay. All right. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now, I would like to call upon the judges for the feedback of the first day of this event. Aditi ma'am.
A very warm good evening to all the participants. What's been amazing is that you have looked at very different areas, focused on small things and big things, and you've also tried to find out solutions that are current realities in the world, where we either it talks about pollution, it talks about the crop, it talks about medical, it talks about the tunnel, it talks about. So each one of the projects, I would say, was very innovative, had a lot of thought and research. But as you are still very young, I think you need to put in a lot more research. And I would recommend that all of you, instead of only connecting to the internet and getting information, try to read. Your research has to bring in more of reading. It always does not have to generate answers from the internet. So that would be my first suggestion to all the students because you're still very young. You need to cultivate your habit of reading, and your research should be based on reading, not just trying to find answers off the hook or off the button. All right. The other thing is, please go ahead, and all your projects need a lot more work into that. This is just the beginning. So if they have to be actually implemented practically, I think you need to continue with this and find out a solution where between what you told us today and for them to become practical real life solutions, there a lot more work and effort has to go on. And once it happens, I think it will be very beneficial. So all the best to all of you. Thank you.
Renuka ma'am.
Hi, everybody. It was a wonderful experience listening to all of you, and I would like to thank the organizers also for making me a part of this wonderful journey. It was really nice listening to all your ideas. And as we have already given our personalized feedback to all the different participants, so please work on that because you can actually make it more meaningful if you go a little deeper into it. It was really nice interacting with you all and listening to you. Thank you and all the very best.
Thank you, ma'am. Inviting Rosemary ma'am to give a feedback.
Ma'am, we are not able to hear you.
No, ma'am.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, amazing children, and your answers and your projects. I simply I don't have words to say. Their journey started around November 15th with the Lecole Budding Technologies. And definitely this must have been a wonderful experience for them. And they went through multiple screening rounds, and the best have come out here. Really the best, and they have improved every step. It was children, do you agree? I think so. You agree. What you brought in and what you have presented today has, you must have done a real good research work and all that. But your judges told you what you have to improve on. I would sincerely like to thank the management for this opportunity that they have given. It has fostered in them the passion for technology and innovation. And of course, our principals of two schools and the other schools, corresponding schools, thank you so much for getting children into this. Actually, it's a platform for them for improvement. Thinking differently, out of the box, out of the textbook, out of the whole environment they are in, connecting themselves well to the future actually. And parents, your unwavering support for these children. Otherwise, they would have never gone this far. Never gone this far. Okay, and the teachers, their guidance and our mentors. Must have been so patient with them. I have seen one of the mentors have come to our school there. I've never seen Mr. Ashwin in a bad temper. He's always very patient. I've always wondered. It's an amazing thing that you people have because of your, how they have shared things with them and how they've taken them along through this journey. It means a lot to these children. And
And of course, dear judges, your questions were. I was listening to every question. I was there from the beginning, every question, and how the children were trying to actually answer them. Okay, and how you're trying to get it out of them. You very patiently gave them. Thank you so much for that. They're really lucky to have you, actually. That's how I would put it across. And of course, our budding technologists. Congratulations to all of you. You all did very, very well. Your hard work, your creativity, your teamwork, your enthusiasm, and the kind of research that you have done. Okay, so keep going, keep moving forward. Okay, and I want to thank everyone for this. I am really so inspired. And we had two lovely anchors. You did a very good job, both of you. Okay, absolutely good job. You were there and you knew how to take it forward. So good job for that also. And thank you. This is a big thank you from my side. Thank you so much. HowNWhy and children and the teachers, mentors, and everybody who made this happen. Thank you so much.
Now, I would like to call upon Pratana's mother for a feedback.
Good evening to everybody present here. I hope you can hear me. I am a very proud budding technologist mom. This is the third time my daughter is participating in this competition. And if I were to put it in a very different manner, I would say COVID brought about a lot of challenges, but COVID also brought about a lot of blessings. And one of the blessings that COVID brought about for us children is HowNWhy and the budding technologist competition. Because one of the things that we saw was while children have mindlessly used technology over the last few years, and especially when they were stuck at home, what this competition and this organization and their sessions have done is inspire them to think about real world issues and to use some of their understanding and also to research on certain things and to put together some ideas which they may not be able to take to completion at this stage while they're still in school, but they can still work on it and think about it and ideate and work towards as they grow up. And that has been a fascinating experience. I mean, I've seen it with my own daughter. So, I have seen her patiently work through some of those things. These are things outside of school. So she's found time to sit down, learn coding, work with it. In fact, even when she was unwell, she was so committed. She was doing 4 hours a day, sitting down and trying to understand things which were beyond her scope of understanding, work with mentors and try to build something. So for me, seeing children from different age groups, and it's wonderful that now they've started bringing in children from younger classes, because it is imperative that children, especially in this time and age, have some sort of experiential learning. One of the things that has happened over the years is we've seen children stick to textbooks and just rote learning, and they don't really think outside the box. One of the differences in the Western education system and Indian education system has been that we are so used to just spitting out what we learn instead of trying to use the knowledge that we've learned and to read some more and use it to come up with better ideas, come up with better thought processes, and also just think for ourselves of how we want to improve our own learning. And we see some children, I mean, some of the ideas today were fantastic. It was beautiful. And I'm glad that every year the HowNWhy team has come up with a wonderful panel of judges who have not only patiently sat through all of these, because some children do have missteps and they're also learning, but they've also encouraged them. And it comes from the fact that you genuinely want them to better themselves through this process. Everybody is learning and you want to encourage them. And that's fantastic. And that's actually incredibly humbling, because you're all wonderful people who are established in your own fields. And you're taking time out to sit with young children who are having a spurt of ideas and you're encouraging them to do better, to learn better, and to actually build on these ideas. So I'm very grateful that for the judges who've come today and who've encouraged our children, who've taught them, and who've also told them how to better their ideas. I'm glad that the school has given us this opportunity, and HowNWhy team has also been spectacular with the kids over the years. So I'm really grateful for the opportunity, and thank you so much. And I hope there are better, you create slightly more bigger platforms so these children can probably take these ideas to completion, because there are some that can be worked on and can be taken forward. And I have been a tech journalist and somebody who loves to tinker. So in a certain way, I'm also learning in the process. I have to say it's a slightly selfish ask here, because I also learn while I see my daughter learn, and then you want to work with her. So it's been a fantastic journey. Thank you so much. And thank you to both the judges. It's been wonderful listening to you try to help the children. Thank you so much.
Now, with that, we conclude the first day of this event. I'd like to thank you all and see you tomorrow at the same time.